Joining me now, Senator John Husted is a Republican of Ohio. Senator, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Great to be back with you.
Wonderful to have you. All right, now it's never a really delightful subject to talk about, human trafficking, but it's an important one, and you have some legislation. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, what we're trying to do is help the people who work for the Department of Labor, who are out on work sites every single day, to get them trained to spot signs of human trafficking. And
Wow.
as you know, Julie, it's just one of the most disgusting, terrible, awful things, heartbreaking, heart-wrenching things to see people trafficked, whether that is sex trafficking, labor trafficking. It happens in a number of ways. Sometimes you have people here in the country illegally that don't have any, don't know how to navigate the process, get caught in labor trafficking, sex trafficking things. Other times it's people who are addicted to drugs that find themselves in this situation. They don't know where to turn, who to look for, how to get out of it, and we got to help. And we have these people, tens of thousands of people out there every day working for the Department of Labor who are on work sites, and we're just going to train them to put eyes on every situation. If you see something that looks out of place, that might be a sign of human trafficking, then you call law enforcement, because if you talk to anyone from law enforcement, they need leads. They will pull on that string and unravel the knot, but you got to tell them where to look, and that's what we're trying to do.
Oh, it's really interesting. It reminds me of those signs they have up in the airport now on how to spot, like, victims of potential trafficking.
Yeah, I mean, it's awareness like everything else, and this creates an awareness, though. But sometimes these things hide in dark places, right? They don't just stand out there. They're not easy to see. But you have in people who work at the Department of Labor, they're inside businesses. They're in the kitchens in restaurants. They're in the processing plants and agriculture centers. They're in the hotels and places like that where we see a lot of things like that happen. Well, they can put eyes on it and hopefully give law enforcement a lead to try to stomp this scourge out.
And listeners might be wondering, why is this an issue for Ohio? But man, in 2024, law enforcement recorded 334 human trafficking cases and 509 victims in Ohio alone.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's everywhere. It's in every major city and some of our small towns, particularly if in tourist or agricultural areas. And it's hard to see sometimes, and it's happening in every state in this country. And Ohio is the seventh largest state in population, and we have a lot of the kinds of things that even in the manufacturing sector you see it too. So.
Yes, indeed. Well, that is important legislation. You also have a bill that I like a whole lot to lower tire costs. They're so expensive.
I know, and particularly particularly for truck drivers, for example, and all of these different kinds of 18 wheels. That's a lot of tires,
yeah.
Right? Well, and then you have it for consumers and people like that. But you can do retreads. Retreads are good in that they're half the price of what a new tire would be, and they last nearly as long. So this is a good way to restart this industry in America, and it's a good process because it uses less raw materials. There's some recycling involved. All of these things are good, and we're just trying to do some credits here to encourage more people to buy American-made retread tire supply so that we can get this industry going in America again. Because you know what? Anything that you manufacture in the world is more environmentally friendly if it's made in the United States. That's just a fact. And this can help reduce prices for people. It can help create jobs, and we're trying to help the tire industry get rolling again. How about that?
Very nice. So this would create a new federal tax credit for Americans who buy and use retreaded tires made in America.
Yeah, that's exactly what it would do. So when you need a little bit of we get a lot of imports from places that make cheap tires, less expensive, not as high quality, and not as environmentally friendly. And we want to do it the right way here in America.
Now, this wouldn't just apply to trucks, though, would it? Like a
no.
everyday car?
It's for everybody. But I just think, but one of the things, when you think about it, our transportation, everything everything, comes to you from somewhere. Your food, everything, trucks or transportation, a huge deal, but it's also putting tires on your car. You get to, you go to work every day, and all of these things are just ways to make life a little more affordable for Americans and help start an industry in this country again, get it going.
Yeah, I didn't really know anything about retreaded tires.
I know we love retreads, huh? There we go. But it's something that I think, from somebody who, Akron, Ohio was the rubber capital of the world. It's where Firestone, Goodyear, all of these tire companies were originally. So we have a Goodyear headquartered in Ohio, and we've lost a lot of our tire making industry to companies overseas, and now we're trying to do more made in America, trying to get these industries back, put people to work, also do it economically.
Meanwhile, government shutdown seems to be happening.
Yeah, well, the last time we talked, I was optimistic. So much for my optimism. So
yeah, it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, it's not necessary. Look, all we're trying to do is a clean CR, and that means that just keep government funded at the same level, no policy changes, the same thing that Chuck Schumer and the Democrats voted for 13 times before, including earlier this year. And now all of a sudden, seemingly he got so much grief for doing it the last time from his own base that now he thinks shutting down is going to give him leverage for something. I don't know what he thinks, but because here's the deal. You do a clean CR, and you keep talking about all budget issues that you want to negotiate over the next 7 weeks. Or you shut the government down and continue to do the same thing that you would have been doing otherwise, unless you kept the government, without keeping the government open. So you make people suffer. You put federal employees like, some people in the military, TSA, air traffic controllers, all the people that we need to keep life going without, you don't have them without pay. They don't have paychecks. I don't know what the deal is, and it's just not necessary. And I hope we have one Democrat, John Fetterman, that said he's going to vote with us to keep government open. We hope we can get 6 or 7 more. And I know that I know that not everybody on the other side wants to shut the government down. I think that there's a lot of discussions going on right now whether they take it to the midnight hour and come up with the votes. But I hope they will. It's not necessary to shut the government down.
Senator John Husted, Republican of Ohio. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Great to be with you.
My pleasure. Take care.